in about 9 minutes. I wanted to jump on real quick and just kind of remind everybody how important the conversation is today in our Clubhouse room. We're going to talk about ADA and special needs travelers. The main juxtaposition is, one, is we don't address this enough. Two, it's really about the heart of the servant of hospitality, providing service to those that need it. I know of no greater reward for those of us in the industry than the pleasure and the joy that we get from when we provide service to our guests. I did that when I owned restaurants, when I was running hotels, whatever. There's a joy about this. That is the fruits of our labor in that sense, what we truly enjoy by what we do, for all the work that gets done to do it. There's an amplification to that, and that is to determine how best to serve our guests. And there's no greater reward than when we have the ability to accept challenges of differences that guests have, and being able to make their stay as comfortable as possible, as seamless as possible, and as stress-free as possible. The last one being one of the key elements to that. All of our travel in the near tense is going to be relatively stressful as we detox from what's been going on. And that's no easy short-term thing. This doesn't mean that the lights are on and the world has changed back to what it was, but rather as we progress with what has impacted our society from COVID, and still will continue to do so as we go through all the variations that we have to consider in the times moving forward, as we get vaccinations and variations and all these other things that influence our decision process and our guests. To that end, ADA compliance and special needs travelers is a must in our industry. We must do this for the benefit of our guests that have those needs in their travel considerations. We must address how we serve them. And our today's discussion is literally about that. It's not about monetization of it. It's not about business leveraging or anything like this. That's the inherent value that we get running a business in hospitality. But the true core value of what we get is the service we provide by doing it. And that's what our real discussion topic is today, is how do we do it? How do we do the mechanics associated with it in such a way that we can provide the service, and we provide the focus on what's needed, that we give them the tools to discover us in a way that they need to use and have with us. And from that end, that's what today's discussion is about. So we hope you enjoy it. The link is in our postings today. If you are on Clubhouse, simply look for Hospitality Marketing, the club. And it is our room at noon Eastern time. Everyone's welcome. It's an open forum discussion. It's a chance to, if you have something to contribute, something to ask about, questions, anything, comments, you're more than welcome to always come on stage. We always ask in our rooms. This is for the benefit of those for hospitality marketing, for hospitality. This isn't a sales and pitch program. This isn't we're trying to sell something, and nor do we want anybody to come on stage to try to sell something. It's okay to refer to what you do if it's in context of what we're talking about. By all means, the authority of being able to talk about a topic sometimes means that that's the business that you're in and doing. Mine being case example. So it's important that we have these authorities in our discussion, but not at the point of, this is what I provide, this is my service, and here's my link, and here's how. We don't do sales in our conversation. It's an active, open discussion, truly to the benefit of those people that are listening and participating. So that we hope you get to join us. I don't really have a Bitly for these because they each day are different, and I probably wouldn't run out of Bitlys, but it's a lot of Bitlys to create on a regular basis. We do it every Monday through Thursday at noon in Clubhouse under the Hospitality Marketing Club. There's also another one that Edward St. Onge and Stuart Butler do. Edward St. Onge from Flip2 and Stuart Butler from Field Travel. They do an 8 a.m. kind of coffee talk, open discussion. They're less targeted in their conversations each day. We solicit our group each day as to what they want to hear about next. And that turns into our future topics that we schedule. We really want to schedule a couple of days ahead. We don't want to get too burdened down with pre-scheduling because we know that everyone's going to be interested in what we choose as a topic. And we want to keep everyone engaged. As we all know, this is a very temporal thing that if it's not front of mind and something you're persistently engaging with, you tend to forget about it if you're not doing it every day, or at least frequently enough to remember it. And so to that end, we try to keep it fresh. We also, yesterday, actually, Stuart Butler ran the room for me because I was getting my vaccination shot. So anyway, and he had it as an open discussion, much like what they do in the morning time, which is, hey, bring whatever it is you'd like to talk about. So for that reason, we do have those pop in, but we also, like as in today, have a very pointed target based on the interest of what everybody as a consensus had before. Monday's conversation was about SEO. And it always turns out that as we have a discussion, it always leads to the fact that we didn't have enough time for it. And so we have to have another discussion about it. That happened in our consumer sentiment marketing. That happened in our SEO marketing. That happened in a lot of meta search. It seems like as we begin to discuss it, the topic grows larger. And from that, we have more discussions that we have to follow, which is the pure joy of these rooms. Is you get to hear other people's opinions, hear their perspective in ways that you wouldn't. And we get in solicitation information from people that aren't in our industry that have a wonderful third-party perspective on what we're dealing with and talking about. So we hope today is no different, and we hope the discussion today is no different in the sense of engagement and interest. Again, the Bitly is in our notes of what this of my postings on all the platforms. I'm on Facebook right now, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. And all of them will have it in the text of it. That's a link to it. If not, and you are a Clubhouse member on the app, it goes there. And if you need an invitation, I have several invitations. It's an invitation-only platform right now until they get larger, I guess, or what have you, as they scale. So if you need an invitation, just simply email me at lauren@hospitalitydigitalmarketing.com. And if I have one still available, I'll ask you something silly like your phone number, because that's what they asked me to use to send it. I will destroy it afterwards. I have no interest in doing anything other with the phone number other than here's your invitation. So I hope that's helpful. Please let me know. So with that, I'm going to get ready 2 minutes, 3 minutes from now and begin the discussion. I hope you all can join us, and we look forward to seeing everyone there on the Hospitality Club on the Clubhouse app. Until then,